Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Hakadash. The honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim, to the elect that are scattered across the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth and faith, and in all sincerity. I'm the bro Shema Allah from the GMS Houston camp. And I don't really have a title for the lesson yet. I'll decide it, after I'm finished. But it's mainly going into First Peter, some of First Peter, the 4th chapter. Dealing with, us departing, from this world and catching hell just for doing so. Because we are separating ourselves from, a wicked society, right, from the wicked of our people. And it will not go unnoticed, right? Because this is a spiritual battle, right? Them demons will come after you. Just know that, right? And you will go through things, and you will suffer, right, through the spirit. You see, you go through different trials and tribulations, right? And people that do notice your lifestyle, will even, talk shit about you. So, it's a lot of things that you have to face, right, coming into Yahushua, right? But it's all good, right? You might worry about those things when you first come into the truth or something like that, or you could can probably not even give a damn, when you first come in, right? But for the most part, you will, dealing with family members and cousins and your favorite auntie, but man, it's all good, But start here at 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as Yahushua has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. Right, so you got to arm yourselves with the same mind, meaning having the same mind as Yahushua had, right? Because he suffered for us. You see, the scriptures speak about following in his footsteps. So just like Yahushua did what he did, he's a great example for what's going to go on in our lives. All right, as far as him, people, talking shit about him, catching hell, from, people, from what they were saying. They even put hands on him, before he was crucified, right? Even before he was crucified, they were trying to kill him. They always tried to slander him up in his, in his words. Well, not slander. They always tried to, they did slander him, but they tried to mix up his words, right? To have, something to go back, to the Caesar or to the governor, to condemn him with. You see, spies was coming amongst him. You see, people didn't believe, a lot of those things. You see, and it says, Isaiah 53, a man acquainted with grief. And it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, when you increase in knowledge, you increase in that grief or that sorrow. So, it's gonna be the same way, man. All right, but you just gotta stick with this thing and endure. Right, the Most High does not just give us the bad; He also gives us the good as well. Right, the comfort. Right, that's what we got the brotherhood for as well. It says, "For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin." Right, and it's gonna let you know what that means. But he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, because if you living in the flesh, right, and you are basically just giving in to the flesh and living your life, living that carnal lifestyle, then you are in sin, because you are basically not walking in the spirit of Yahushua. Right? You have denied him. But when you depart from this world and catch hell for Yahushua's sake, then but basically you're in the right spirit, and you walking in that spirit, and Yahushua's spirit got you covered. You see, from all of the sin. All right, but you are departing from sin, basically, from the way that you live, which we're not going to do it perfectly. right? Because Yahweh Shai covers, where we lack or where we fall off at. You see, but someone who didn't cease from this sin, well, you're not going to suffer in the flesh in this world if you are living according to this world. All right? It says that he should no longer live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. You see? So that is how you are ceased from sin. Because you're not living your life how you previously did according to that old man. Right? But now you are coming into, like it says, the will of the Most High. Right? You are in this truth, basically, talking it, walking it, right, applying it, right, and believing in Yahushua. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust. You are the Gentiles talking about our people, right? Just how our people live. You see, the wicked of our people, we were just like that. You see, but now we are changing from that. It said we walked in lasciviousness, uncontrolled lust, right? Because our people, whatever they lust after, they go and do that, right? It's like it said, what's the saying? Do as thou wilt. They go and do that. You see, they don't have any constraint. They don't have these scriptures to constrain them or to restrict them, from doing, these abominable things, right? They just acted, right? They are just giving in to that carnality. I know the scriptures also somewhere else speaks about how Jake is past feeling, meaning that, they don't even, like, they conscious, a lot of them, their conscious don't even mess with them. Right? It's just like as if they're just doing something normal and right according to them, right? They're justified in their minds, you see, but they just doing this shit, right? It says lust, excessive wine, right? Getting fucking drunk all the time, right? None of us should really just be getting fucking, sloppy drunk, right? Each and every day, right? Because this is how Jake do it. Jake do this 9 times out of 10, right? Monday through Saturday, right? We have our times when we drink and we get nice with each other, right? But I'm saying, like, how Jake in the world, they get that, that sloppy drunk, right? Throwing up all over the place. Come on, bro, right? You out, right? You out, somewhere at a restaurant or at a bar, you get some drinks and you just keep going, and then you in there tripping. Right? That ain't the right spirit to be in. It says revelings, banquetings, right? Like how you got Jake, they go to the club and they get and that's that sloppy drunk, or they call it bar hopping, right? They all into that nightlife, and because when you go into a reveling and banqueting, it goes into like the celebrations and people that get drunk parading the streets, and that's basically what that nightlife is about. All right, you see that nightlife that Jake be into. You see. It's I forgot if that's the right name for the movie, but it's called Project X. Like Jake having, house parties and just getting crazy drunk, right? Listening to the loud music, right? Just doing some crazy, like bro. We coming out of that, bro. Hell no. All right, ain't in that wilding out spirit. It says in abominable idolatries, right? Having and serving these different idols, whether it's through the holidays, right? Going to church, right? Being a Muslim, right? All of these things. Right? It says, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excessive riot, speaking evil of you. So this is part of that suffering in the flesh that we are going to have to endure, or that we were going to partake in. right? But other people looking at our lifestyle that we live in and looking at it strange, right? And speaking evil of us, right? As if we're bad people, as if what we're doing is abominable, right? That's what that suffering is going into. Because also when you go into, jump down to verse 12, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, as though some strange thing happened unto you. All right? Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. So this is going into all of the trials and tribulations that we're going to suffer. You see, so a lot of this is what that suffering is going into. Right? Peter is explaining it. You see, so when we go through these things, you don't think it's strange. Like, why is this happening? Because Yahweh Shai's lifestyle was an example. A servant is not greater than his master. It says, but rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Yahweh Shai's sufferings. Right? So we rejoice because we are partakers in Yahweh Shai's suffering, because we suffer just like him. That's why I said, arm yourselves with the same mind. It says that when his glory shall be revealed, you may be glad also with exceeding joy, right? Because when you get that, when Yahweh Shai get his glory, because you suffer with him, he gonna give it to you as well. All right? Because you was down for the cause. All right? You was down with him. All right? And you endured. It says, if ye be reproached for the name of Yahweh Shai, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and the Most High rested upon you, right? Because you're in the right spirit. This is a wicked world, so if you are operating in that in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? And people are reproaching you for that. You're suffering for that. And you in the right spirit, right? Because they persecuted, the ancient prophets in the same manner, right? The apostles, right? Yahweh Shai. It says on their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part is he glorified, right? We are glorifying the Lord each and every day through praying, through our works, right? Going out on the street corners, preaching him, you see. But let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as a busybody in other men's matters. So you don't want to suffer, right, from evil, right? You don't want to suffer as an evildoer. Like it says, murdering, being a thief or a busybody, other men's matters, and this and that. Always in somebody else's business, right? You shouldn't be murdering anybody, first of all, right? Stealing, like all of these things are, because you might have done these things in the world, right? But all of these things have to be shared. When you come into your Yahweh Shai, all of that got to be clear. It really don't matter, right? You know what you have done. He said all manner of sin could be forgiven, right? Except for blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, right? Which Jake can't even do, right? Esau is the only one. Esau the only one that did that, right? But so, when you come into this thing, man, it says you are a new creature. Nothing is going to be held over you for what you have done. Right? But like I said, you don't want to suffer as an evildoer, right? What you want to suffer as being, you want to suffer from the righteous aspects of it, right? Of the wicked trying to condemn you or slander you, right? For being in Yahweh Shai. And you want to suffer from the trials and the tribulations, right? It says, yet if any man suffer as a Christian, meaning you're a follower of Yahweh Shai, right? You're in this truth, you're in this gospel, preaching this gospel. Let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High on his behalf. So don't be ashamed of that suffering, right? Hey, glorify the Most High, right? Because you are in the right spirit. So 1 Peter 4:1, for as much then as Yahweh Shai has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, right? Because you departed from this world, right? So you're going to suffer, right? Like I said, we are still going to sin and go off, right? But like I said, if you departed from this world and walking in Yahushua, right, you're of the elect. Basically, it's going to be like as you are not committing sin. You see, because you're walking in the spirit of Yahushua, right? But you're going to suffer, right, from departing from this world. But, that's the lesson. That, hey, I was edifying. Shalom.